Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back. Today we're gonna be doing something a little bit differently. A little bit different. I don't know. We're gonna be making frosted glass inside a blender. It's pretty cool. That's it. All right. Yeah. So here we go. This is gonna be more of a quick tip than like a full-on tutorial. I'm mainly just gonna go over the glass shader and the steps I took to achieve this final look. So yeah, let's just jump into it. Here's a look at the final scene here. I'm only going to be going over, like I said, this glass, but if the final scene is something you're interested in, let me know, because yeah, there's a lot that went into this, and that might actually be kind of interesting to explore. Here, let me just show you this real quick. Yeah, there's a lot of cool lighting things going on right here. The wood floor itself is like made from different actual like pieces, so it's not a texture, it's not a displacement map, which I thought was pretty cool. And same with the table here. Yeah, same with the table, same with the walls, same with the this pillar here, and of course the creepy guy in the back. So, oh yeah, and check this out. Look at this. Nails, baby. Nails. Okay, so open up Blender, delete everything, and I just created a plane. You just put it in the position where you want, and first thing you want to do is in edit mode, just add a couple loop cuts where you want the window bars to be. So I want them directly in the middle there and there. So you're just making these. Now let's actually create those bars. So just create a cube, scale it on the Z, and just until you get it right. And check this out. If you select both of them and then tab into edit mode, you can see exactly where you need to put these bars, because we're basically going to be UV unwrapping the window. And I'm just duplicating and rotating them. And cool. Okay. So that's pretty much the window setup. Really easy. And just add on a solidify modifier. Okay, that looks good. Next step is to UV unwrap it. So go into front view. The hell did I just press? Select everything, hit unwrap, project from view bounds, and send that to, I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest with you. Okay, so now we have our UV map. We're going to export the UV map. Export UV layout. Let's just call this Frost Hut 10. I've recorded this 658 times. UV map, Frost window. 1024 by 1024 is cool. Export that. Okay, in Photoshop, go ahead and open up that UV map. Very, very simple, like I said. I'm just going to create two colors. One you want to be black, and then the other one you want to be white. Fill the background with the white, and drop it underneath the your grid. Change the opacity so we can see the white underneath. Create the black layer, and this is pretty much the entire effect. So with the black brush selected, you can drop the opacity, and you're basically just painting in where you want the clear spots of the the glossier spots of the window to be. I mean, this is pretty much it. You can get a little more detailed with it, and you want to obviously have like a variety, so it looks realistic. And this the brush preset that I'm using, I'll include a link in the description, but it's just Blender Guru's snow brush preset. So It just kind of works perfectly for this. And then if you want, you could actually add another layer and put some white back on top. Let's say we put some white here, and this would be kind of cool. Let's see. I'll include the link to these brushes too. They're free. Just put like a handprint there. But let's see. We want that to be all black. Okay. Okay. So let's say that's our final map. We turn off the grid layer, and now you can really see what that looks like. So let's export that and send it back to Blender. Just call it done. Okay, now with your image texture in here, I mean, this is pretty much the bulk of the tutorial right here. It's all in the image texture. It's all in the material. It's all in how you set up this shader. So let's switch over to cycles. Cycles. And the first thing you want to do is come over to, where is this shit? Light paths, and then just turn off caustics. Let's go ahead and add a glass shader. Let's connect that. And you're connecting, so this does not go into the color, it goes into the roughness because it's affecting the roughness of the glass. And if we hit render, this is what we're getting right now, and obviously this looks like crap, so let's fix a couple things. Turn off the world lighting, and as you see in this render, you get to achieve this look, it's all backlit. So I have an image in the back acting as our backlight, and then I also have just an area lamp. So I'll include a link to this as well, but just go to File, File, Import, Images as Planes. Okay, when you're importing your texture, if you're going to make it a light source, make sure you change that to Emit, Import as Plane. Rotate that 90 degrees, and we can turn up the emitter to like 5. Okay, now let's just create a camera. So there you go. I mean, that's pretty much the basics of this tutorial. That's everything. You can see how the white parts are very, very rough and frosty, and the black parts are clear, transparent, and everything looks cool. We got our handprint. Looks like somebody wiped their hand on the glass. But if you were to put this window into a room, it would look like complete garbage, and it would take 100 years to render, because right now Blender is still rendering this glass as if the light is trying to bounce through the glass and then light whatever's on this side of the camera. Now we don't have a room right now, so you can't really see that, but let me just show you what to do. So just in case you are going to put this into a room, which I assume you are, create a light path node, put 2 math nodes, and I'm going to include a link to this node setup in the description. It's not my node setup. This is Blender Guru's, but I'm just showing you this so you can see exactly how I achieved the final image. So yep, you just do is shadow ray, is diffuse ray, glossy ray, and it's very simple. Do a mix shader, transparent shader, and then drop that into the factor. And all that's doing is telling Blender for everything to look the same, but don't actually have the light calculating through the glass. I mean, I assume that's kind of how it works. That's what I figured. That was my understanding. I could be wrong, but I've never been before. Okay, and then the last thing I did was inside of Photoshop, I created a normal map texture to add some like the ice bumps, because ice has like raised edges. So make sure you turn off the hand, because you don't need the hand in this. Otherwise it looks kind of weird. Okay, so you drop this in. You know the deal from here. Just get that little normal map node in there. Non-color data. Drag that into the glass. And then then yeah, you just want to turn this down to like 0.3 or something, and that looks cool. And then oh yes, one more thing for the node setup. If you want it like for a dark scene, like mine was a night scene, and with just this node setup right here, it didn't really show up that well, so I actually ended up adding in some diffuse texture on top to get some more of the just get more of that detail. So I'm gonna show you how I did that. Just just duplicate the mix shader, add in a principled shader, and that goes underneath, and then this color goes here, also goes into the factor, and now you have the diffuse coming through. But the reason it looks black is because on this side of the window, see, on this side it looks good, right? We got some snow, we got some ice. On this side there's no lighting, so if this were a real scene, you would have some lights in your interior room or whatever. So just add in a little light as if it's, coming from in your room. And there we go. And you know what? Maybe we should turn this into like a little Dutch angle. Like, this is serious. It's getting like a little scary in here, Okay, so now back to the shader. The only thing is this looks, it's not complete. The last thing I did was just add in a color ramp node, and then just change the black value to like something a little bit lighter. Wait, what does that do exactly? No, maybe I made that darker. Oh, yes. Last thing I did was just make this white value a little bit darker. Just kind of gets rid of the, just kind of lessens the effect a little bit. And there you go. I mean, let me just see if there's anything else. No, I mean, you could always obviously take this effect a lot further. This is the final node setup, so that's really the most important. In my final render, I did obviously take it a little bit further. I added some more detail in the ice, but you could really do anything. You could go crazy and add individual, like, let's see. You could always add, let's just test this. Individual like little rain streaks. You can really get crazy with your custom paint maps. I mean, obviously, you can spend a lot of time on this, but that's pretty much the basic gist of it. Oh, and one last thing I actually did do is to make this the window look a little bit less uniform and to give it more of an ice look. I just kind of chipped away at the white parts with another one of these brushes. Just switch it over to black, and then if you kind of come in here and just like chip at it. Here, I'll show you what this does. Just focus on this window. I'm gonna export it. Let's just add this 2 or 20 out, whatever. So watch this. So let's see, it's this window right here. Yeah, you see that? It kind of looks like a little bit like ice. And then now if you were to like export the normal map and combine it, it would look a lot like ice. So yeah, that's it. Nothing crazy, but I thought it was a cool little quick tip. If this video does hit 200,000 likes, I don't know, maybe I'll make like another video or something. Peace. And there you have it. Let me know if you guys want to see, like I said, if you want to see that full cabin tutorial. If not, just let me know too if I should, I don't know, maybe delete the scene or something. I don't know. But this doesn't work. Hope you learned something, all jokes aside. I hope you liked the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you did. I'm going to start making a lot more things coming up. I was busier last year, but I'm gonna start recording some more tutorials. I got a whole character animation series planned, and just a lot of cool, exciting stuff coming up. So until next time.